how's it going? Otaku Mike here. Let's talk about the Thunderbolts. New Avengers #1. So our story for New Avengers issue #1 sees Bucky in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. And I'm talking like the middle of nowhere. There's like nobody around. And he is talking with this old man named Earl. Earl happened to side with Doom in the One Nation Under Doom storyline. And he's like, look, Earl, you kind of like wrong some people. We're going to have to take care of that. So he blows up Earl's house. And while he is blowing up Earl's house and possibly killed Earl, I don't know, the Black Widow ends up getting the jump onto Bucky. So the two end up going back to Bucky's hideout where I guess Bucky's been staying. And Natasha is like, look, Bucky, I have a mission and I want you to come with me to go check it out. Bucky's like, no, I don't do that kind of thing. Missions mean a team. I don't do teams anymore because I guess of what happened with Doom and that Doom crossover. And Natasha's like, look, these 200 people have basically gone missing in this Russian lumber facility. Let's go check it out. Bucky's like, no. Natasha says yes. So what do? They go check it out. So they end up at the facility and they actually end up meeting up with Laura Kinney, aka the Wolverine, who Bucky ends up recently he actually had a little adventure with her in her title, and he basically guilt trips her into joining the New Avengers, not Thunderbolts team, as well as Namor. He does the same with him. And they end up going to this facility where they find these missing workers, and they've all been like mutilated and tested on, and they come to find a very interesting person I didn't expect them to see. So they end up getting to the facility and they end up running into the Jackal of all people. Yes, that Jackal, the one who did the Clone Saga. And they're just as shocked as I was to see the Jackal of all supervillain people. And he is kind of doing his grandstanding superhero thing, and he has these chambers behind him, and he opens the chambers, and he's actually been trying to clone the Illuminati, but they all look kind of messed up. So they end up having to fight this fake Illuminati, which it is actually a pretty cool fight. Don't get me wrong. But Namor actually gets a hold of the Jackal after they end up defeating this fake Illuminati. And he's there. He has him by the throat, and he's like, I'm going to get you. And Bucky's like, hey, don't kill the Jackal. And he's like, come on, Barnes, what do you think? I'm not stupid. I'm not going to kill him. When this is said, the Jackal gets evaporated, and he is just a head left. Yeah, I was shocked, I know. And the team is trying to think on their feet who all was in the Illuminati, and then they come to find out that Black Bolt was on the Illuminati, and they see this giant hulking-sized clone of Black Bolt, and he just rains devastation on this facility and everything in it. All right, so let's take a look at the internal artwork for this particular book. There's your creative team right there. I have to say, I actually did really like the artwork in this book. I feel like it totally works with this book. Like, it's just so well drawn. I like it, and it's so well done. It's very dynamic and stuff, and how they tell the story. You get a little fan service with Natasha and Bucky. I didn't know they were dating. Did you know they were dating? I didn't know that. But yeah, this was a lot of fun seeing them build their team up and going off to investigate this little mystery that they had moving into it. And it gets pretty violent, which I am all here for. I mean, they are the Thunderbolts after all, or the New Avengers, whatever you really want to call them. But man, when it gets going, it definitely gets going throughout this particular issue, and that artwork is very well done. I love all the little fight scenes. It's fun. Namor is surprisingly a lot of fun in this book. He definitely takes everything a little too seriously, which I kind of like. He's kind of like very much the straight man in this. And I love seeing them fight the fake Illuminati. And when Namor sees his fake self, I kind of laughed. Like, I chuckled So I was like, that's really funny. That's really funny. And this, yeah, so well done with all the little detail and all the color that they add into this first issue. So I just have to say, when this book was first announced, I had this on my pull list, and then I ended up taking it off. And I was like, I don't know if I really, truly want to start a new ongoing regular series. I'm already reading like a ton of ongoing series, some which I'm actually behind on. And I decided to pick this up on a whim, and I was pleasantly blown away by how good this first issue was. I feel like it does what a first issue should do. It hooks you, and it hooked me most definitely. I love the character dynamics in this. I thought it was a lot of fun. I love their banter. It was very witty and stuff like that. The back and forth that they had. It sort of very much reminds me of, like, this team forming up. Very much reminded me of the original New Avengers run, how they kind of were just all thrown together. And this team very much feels like, well, half of it is thrown together. And I want to see where this team dynamic goes moving forward in this particular series, and what this series is gonna do exactly, because it definitely throws you for a loop. It threw me for a loop, especially when the Jackal showed up. He showed up, and I was like, is that the Jackal? And the characters were like, is that the Jackal? I think we were kind of thinking the same thing, because nobody expected the Jackal to show up. But yeah, all the twists and turns it throws at you in this book, it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend checking out the first issue just to give it a try. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It gets Otaku Mike's seal of approval on this. Like, everything just gelled so nicely. And I am here for this ragtag group of new Avengers who are not the Thunderbolts. You know, just saying. This was a fun read, and I can't wait to read issue 2. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. I'm Otaku Mike. I'll catch you guys on the next video.